Delta Airlines, a pro-Zionist airline, a pro-Zionist airline, was caught deleting their tweets about the Palestinians. But before I show you what happened exactly this time, I want you to take a look at these past videos. Now, in this one, you can see that Delta Airlines, they have kicked out a guy, a YouTuber, Adam Saleh, because he said something in Arabic. Take a listen.
Stood up and started shouting, putting his fist in the air, shouting something that sounded really Arabic.
Really?
For no
Stupid.
reason, sat down.
Stupid woman.
A few minutes passed and then he was
so
up again,
what?
doing it again. He did it 3 times, till eventually people said, no, we're not, not happy with it.
So what?
People were crying. They felt so uncomfortable because it felt awkward. It was really uncomfortable. There wasn't fear. It was just uncomfort. It was like, why is this happening in today's world?
People flying Delta, they are all Islamophobes. Like, what is wrong if somebody is throwing their fist in the air and saying something in Arabic? Like, why you have to call the security for that? I mean, you can just tell the guy, okay, come down. And I mean, this is so like crazy.
Some are accusing Saleh, a famous YouTube prankster, of purposely inciting anti-Muslim sentiment. At this time, though, Mr. Saleh says it's no joke.
While we're in there and getting accused and people telling us, oh, they need to leave right now, me and him felt like we were terrorists. We were looking at each other like, laughing. This was not a prank, no prank at all.
Stood up and started.
This is Delta Airlines for you and the passenger for you. So if you're flying with Delta, just remember that. Now, another thing that happened in 2020, and Delta Airlines, they were actually fined $50,000 for kicking passengers out, Muslim passengers. If you are flying and Muslim, Delta Airlines might arbitrarily kidnap you and interrogate you for hours because some bigot does not like you. Again, showing how Delta Airlines had always been anti-Muslim. So this is what came on the news. Again, $50,000 for discrimination is still unapologetic and in denial. Delta Airlines did not apologize. They did not take any responsibility, even though they were slapped with a fine, hefty fine. But of course, they continued on with their bigotry against the Muslims and the Muslim passengers. Now, obviously, this is not the first time what happened. Take a look at this one. Since we are talking about Delta Airlines, I would like to point out that in 2020, they were fined for discrimination. A Muslim couple was kicked off of a flight when returning from an university trip in Paris. When passenger told the flight attendant that they were speaking in Arabic, they got kicked out. So that same incident happened. Now, of course, Delta Airlines, when they see anybody with beard, with a Muslim attire, of course they have big qualms about it. But especially if you're wearing a t-shirt that has the pro-Palestinian slogan or anti-violence slogan, this is what they do. Delta Airlines forces passenger to remove t-shirt in anti-Palestine move. Louis Siegel describes how Delta Airlines threatened to kick him off a plane over his "Jews Say Ceasefire Now" t-shirt, and this was published on July 10th. So you do not even have to be a Muslim for Delta Airlines to target you. As long as they see you supporting Palestine, you're supporting you're a pro-humanity, they're going to be having big problem and you might get kicked out. So what happened this time is what we want to discuss. I've shared this video with you or these photos with you in my other previous videos, and pointed out, guys, these 2 flight attendants, they were wearing a pin of Palestinian flag on their uniform, and the Zionist, they freaked out. They were talking about it. They were tweeting about it. Oh my goodness, how could they do this? Have Delta started a route to Palestine now? Oh my God, this, terrorists, these pro-Hamas people are on board and they're going to crash the plane and all those nonsense. I mean, can you imagine the rhetoric and the, outburst coming from those fake people? Now, what happened is this. So Delta Airlines agreeing with a fascist calling one of their own employees a terrorist for wearing a Palestinian pin. Deeply evil behavior. So what Delta did is that they have, once these passengers, these Zionists, reported that, oh, these 2 flight attendants that are wearing pin with Palestinian flag. Do you know how Delta responded? Take a look. This is what they said. I they said, I hear you. So this is the response from Delta. I hear you, as I would be terrified as well. Personally, our employees reflect our culture and we do not take it lightly when our policy is not being followed. And do you know what they did? When they posted this, they deleted it. Why? They removed it. Well, there was a backlash. People are calling Delta out. How could you talk like this? And you say that the people who on the flight attendants who were supporting Palestinian cause, pro-humanity, how could you talk rubbish like that? And so Delta Airlines, when they realized there's going to be a huge backlash at the backdrop of what is happening in Israel, they removed it. And so somebody very wisely and very smart guy, he took a screenshot before they removed this comment, and now we can all see what they wrote. So guys, this really is exposing Delta Airlines how anti-Palestinian, how anti-humanity, how anti-Muslim they are, because remember, it is not just one or two behavior, it's a pattern. If you are a Muslim, if you are not even not a Muslim, but you are a pro-Palestinian, you're pro-humanity, and you show any symbol, whether it is in your T-shirt or whether the T-shirt itself or any other way, shape, or form that you are pro-Palestinian, then chances are you will be kicked out. So make sure that you know the rules. If they do so, sue them. Record everything on your phone and then take them to the court and have them pay you $50,000 and give me 10% of it. Just kidding. But you get my point. If you are flying as a Muslim, that's totally up to you. I'm not here to tell you, oh, don't fly ever with the Delta Airlines. I'm not going to be saying that, because a lot of people, they are on an emergency flight. They need to catch a flight to see their ailing parents or ailing relatives. So I'm not saying that you should be boycotting Delta Airlines altogether. But what I'm saying though is that consider other airlines before you board or buy a ticket with Delta Airlines, because they are very much anti-Muslim bigots. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.